So as we look at this van, we have something very simple. We have a cabinet countertop with a 2-burner. We are heading to Van Speed this morning. We're gonna do some much needed capsules in the Sprinter van. Hopefully there's gonna be enough room that allows me to sleep sideways versus long ways, which is kind of actually the real reason most people put these capsules in. One of the things about Van Speed that I think adds to their popularity is their whole brand, their lifestyle. They are this true blue SoCal living lifestyle kind of guys. They surf, they ride motorcycles, they camp. I'm gonna start here because I really like this. If you guys notice on my van, I have this giant front bumper that can pretty much take down cattle. Something as subtle as a light bar on the factory bumper is what I like. This just bolts on with a couple bolts and you can load it up with lights, and it's very subtle and clean looking. I love it. If you go this way, they have a little bit more. It's the same concept. They don't really have any of the full hardcore bumpers and stuff, but they do have these. I think this one's called their Baja. It's another great looking bumper. It's all tube. It's very minimalist, but yet it gives you good coverage around the corners of the van. So on the side of their vans, anytime you, first of all, these vans are already high enough, especially the 4-wheel drive models, but on the sides of the vans, anytime you put like a bigger tire or anything, it's almost impossible for an old, out of shape, broken down man like me to get in this van. So steps are key. Van Speed makes these cool little steps that are, again, like more of a minimalist design, but yet has great stepping surface for the front. Or if you open the side of the van, you get a nice step surface there too. There are a few van makers that I really like their designs, and Van Speed is at the top of the list. They are very modern and minimalist, and also just have that kind of SoCal vibe. As we look at this van, we have something very simple. We have a cabinet countertop with a 2-burner electric I think it's electric cooktop, with a sink, fridge, and then 2 bench seats that fold out into the bed in the back. And that's about it. The other thing Van Speed does really cool is they make these cabinets. They look amazing. They seem to be built really well. I'm not sure what they weigh, but when you tie in the natural woods of the ceiling and the cabinets and all that kind of stuff with the smooth, clean colors that they have in this interior, it really looks just fresh and clean. So earlier we saw the minimalist van. Now we're getting into like this full-blown life on the road type style. This thing comes with a full shower. You keep your porta potty in the shower always, but an awesome little countertop with a cool sink. This is all butcher block, which is red, and the bed system is set up full time in this one. And what you'll notice are these capsules, which is what we're doing in our van today, allows you to sleep sideways in your van. So when you're 6 feet like I am, I have to sleep long ways, and I stick all the way up towards the front of the van, and it really sucks up a lot of my space. So that's the benefit of the capsules. But this build is one of their higher end builds. Like I said, very custom, geared up more to that full-time van lifer or longer trips, anything like that. There are all kinds of versions of these boxes out in the industry. It seems like every manufacturer kind of makes their own. Van Speed has their take on it, which is kind of cool, and they leave their boxes geared up more for dirty stuff, firewood, junk like that, that don't have to be sealed up in an enclosed box. I couldn't have been more wrong. These capsules are amazing. Today we're picking up the van from Van Speed. We have Duran with us, and he's going to tell us a little bit about these capsules and what it took to actually get them in the van.
You bring up, a luxury build, a more industrial build, a empty vehicle. There's all different types of vehicles customers are going to come in with. And what's cool about the capsules is that it really fits everyone.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere from futons to platform beds to higher beds to full built-in sections. Ultimately, you're just increasing the space. So if that space is used for a bed, if it's used for a ledge, a seat, whatever it is, there's so many different uses for it. With your build, you had these 2 wheel well cabinets here that you put your platform bed across, which matches up really nicely with the height of the capsules. So for your build, you came in with blank bamboo walls. We went out and used our trim rings to match those bamboo walls, cut them out, and then reinstalled your cabinets to fit on the height of where your capsules line up right here.
One thing about the trim rings I noticed, so there are two kinds that you guys use. Use this other brand, I forget the name of the brand.
So it's going to be a Surge Supply, which is going to be a wood option.
So those are cool. They look great. They're all circled out and all that kind of thing. But I think that for this build specifically, I'm so much happier with the actual van Speed. The lines and the angles, they just fit the van so much better. Good decision. This was all you. I told you just kind of do whatever you're going to do to it. So this was all you. And I love the interior rings for this van.
So when it comes to the install, you came in with your cabinets and your kitchen cabinets, everything installed. So we basically just took your cabinets, moved them a little to the center of the van, and then we went ahead and took off your panels, your headliner. We went out and cut out the capsules, which you could watch our install video to watch the entire process.
Yep.
We put back in the walls. We saw where our trim rings are going to line up, cut them out, installed them, and then from there it's just reverse processes. So we went ahead and installed the walls, put your cabinets back. Wish it sounded that easy, and it is pretty easy, right? A lot of customers do in the driveway, but you know, for us it's about a day or two install to get everything all perfect and buttoned up, and as you see it right now. So we have the inside and we have the outside. Those are like two different design thoughts on when we're creating it. Ultimately, the inside was designed off of two reasons. One is we wanted a deeper capsule all the way through, just to get someone that was 6'4", 6'6", 6'7" in there, so it gives a little more space. And then two, if you notice, majority of the products out there, they actually go and they taper from something very small to, you know, 6 inches or something a little bigger in the back. So if you talk about getting this increased space, you really don't have this entire space that you're utilizing. You're only utilizing a little section that's increased. So we went ahead and made it even from front to back. So ultimately, it gives you more space across the board. Now we get into the exterior. We wanted something that really fit the Mercedes factory body lines. We wanted something that looked like a plug and play, that it was factory, if Mercedes was to do it. So we actually basically matched all the body lines from Mercedes, from the hood to the rear doors to the roof lines to everything. That you don't really notice it, but there's little samples in the capsule around the Mercedes body.
So I definitely noticed that they look super factory. I left mine, I wrapped them in like a matte vinyl because I wanted the contrast. But when you paint color match, they look like they're factory.
And we have customers that do everything, right? So everything from vinyl wrap to just satin black paint to color match. There's so many different ways you could do it, but ultimately they look good either way. Wouldn't you agree?
Dude, these look so great. And there's a couple versions of this on the market. This one by far looks the best. This one by far utilizes the space the best, right? Especially like sit on the interior. So you don't have this little wing thing looking like it's sticking out. It's all symmetrically designed to fit. Really, really nice. And I am one of those big old gorillas, so I appreciate the interior space as well. When it comes to price point, what are we looking at for a set of capsules?
So currently, set of capsules is $1,800. Now that includes your 2 capsules. Doesn't include windows. Now with these capsules, we currently sell them for the 144, 170 in transit. On the 144 model, we actually sell them solid as well, so you have no window openings. Now that's $1,800. The windows, they're about $350 a piece. Now with everything going up, they're kind of raising a little bit, but they're about $350 a piece. On top of that, you have install and you have paint. So all in, I would say you're gonna walk around $3,500 to $4,000 mark, depending on what kind of paint you get, what color you paint it, who you have paint it, and then who you have install it. Now we have a lot of customers that do it in the driveways, all over. Or you could take to a professional shop like us or one of our certified installers around the US.
So all in, 35 to $4 grand, but that actually includes a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with Van Speed's pricing. But for that money, the idea that you can now take a gorilla like myself and instead of having him stretch up the entire length of the van when he sleeps, we could actually turn myself sideways and fit like a normal human being is worth every penny.
Definitely, and it's really going to allow you to shorten your overall bed space as well.
Yeah, and again, the shorter bed space is great because it also means increasing the floor space on the outside of the bed. Exactly. So, for example, when I'm asleep before, I don't have access to my sink, right? So this alleviates that problem. Sink is there, ready to use full time. It's such a good upgrade. Guys, that's it. Those are the Van Speed capsules. You can find them on their website.
www.vanspeedshop.com.
Or their Instagram?
It's Van Speed Shop.